in light of what occurred in this very ballpark last night. Now you got your guy pitching. He's your number one. You would expect out of him a good pitching performance, and with a necessary run production, maybe a Reds win.
Well, I think that you're correct in not having a long memory, and that's whether you're a Red or a Cardinal in this instance, because the Reds were within one run of coming back to win that ball game last night after the Cardinals scored 10 in one inning. I mean, it could have gone either way right there at the last second. But I do believe that Luis Castillo understands the importance of his performance here tonight, not only from a starting standpoint, but also getting deep into the ball game. This bullpen has been used and abused here lately, and when you got your number one on the mound, this is when you expect that 7 or 8 inning start.
Well, the ball goes around the Reds infield, and Castillo, standing down behind the mound, will accept the throw from Eugenio Suarez, and now will direct his attention, this 26-year-old Reds right-hander, to leadoff batter Tommy Edman. Our first pitch presented by Belterra Park, Cincinnati, on Kellogg Avenue off of I-275. Edman, a .250 batter with 4 homers, one of which came on opening night here Thursday night when he hit his first career grand slam. So here he is, and here's Castillo, and it's a strike, and this game is underway. It is a perfect 94-degree temperature here at game time. Now the 0-1 offering, and Edman swings and he misses. Back-to-back fastballs, and sitting now waiting on that first changeup to Tommy Edman, who's never seen it before. He certainly has been told and told and told about it, I'm sure, without any question.
Bugs Bunny.
Yep. Here's a pitch. And that one is lined into center field, and that was a changeup.
He hit it right on the nose.
He certainly did. Hit it right on the button and lined it up the middle for a game-opening base hit. So score 1 for Tommy Edman. And that'll bring out the right fielder, Jose Martinez, right smack dab in the middle of that 10-run 6th inning last night. In fact, the single biggest blow of the frame when he hit a 3-1 pitch out of here to left center field off of right-hander Jared Hughes. And now the big, tall, lanky right-hand batter settling back in after the leadoff hit by Edman, who stole a base here, by the way, last night. And the pitch, and that's a swing and a foul. Castillo 9-3, making his 20th start with an ERA of 2.41. His last 24 appearances, and that would take us back to the 1st of September last year, has won 12 of 16 decisions, and in that span ranked second among all Major League starting pitchers with an ERA of 2.11. Swing and a miss. Of course, he pitched a perfect inning in the All-Star game for the National League, struck out a couple of batters. Right now sitting on a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Martinez, with Paul Goldschmidt waiting in the on-deck circle. Votto on the bag against the leading Tommy Edman at first. And Castillo sets for the pitch, and a quick throw on to first.
For a right-handed pitcher, he has an awfully quick move. Remember Johnny Cueto, this quick move that he had to first base, and it all comes down to release. He gets that ball right up by the right ear and just snaps it to first base.
He glances over his left shoulder to see what Edman is doing, how big a lead he's got. And now he pauses and pitches, and that one's a foul ball. It's out of here. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Martinez. Cardinals go into play tonight, still actually in second place now in the National League Central. They remain 2.5 games back with a win last night because the Cubs win. Milwaukee drops into third. They lost, and so they are now 3 games back. Pittsburgh 7.5, and the Reds are farther back than they've been the entire season. 9 games back, front-running Chicago. The pitch, and a swing and a miss, and that's a punch out. Martinez gone. The batter will be Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt with a couple of hits last night and a sac fly. He's batting at .251 with 18 homers and 44 runs knocked in. So the right-handed batting former Arizona Diamondback settles in, and there's another quick throw on a quick tag by Votto, and he just got back. Edman did. Our plate umpire is a crew chief, Angel Hernandez at Hickox at first. At second base, Chris Siegel. At third base, Carlos Torres. One man out, one man on. And the pitch to Goldschmidt, and that's taken for a strike. Should be noted here at the top of the broadcast that the Reds announced today they have returned from the 3-day paternity list right-hander Raisel Iglesias, an option to Louisville right-hander Jimmy Herget, and they've also added left-hander Amir Garrett. And so they had Garrett back in the bullpen. There's a ground ball slapped to short, flip it on to second, turn it over to first, and that is a Cardinal first inning. No runs, a hit. Quickly move to the bottom of the first inning where Jesse Winker stands in to hit first off right-hander Miles Michaelis. He's 30 years old. He's a resident of Jupiter, Florida, and in 5 big league starts that began last year, he's 2-1 against Cincinnati. He works the first pitch and is taken a bit high and inside ball one. Reds got him in Monterrey, Mexico, way back in April. And this has certainly not been the year the Cardinals had anticipated from Michaelis when they signed him after last year to a contract through the 2023 season. I got to believe there are people that are wondering what were we thinking about after going 18-4 and at times bordering on brilliant last season. Here's a ground ball foul. This season he is 6-9 with a .415 earned run average, a far cry from the very impressive numbers he chalked up in his first year as a St. Louis Cardinal. He's got a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Jesse Winker, who's a .255 batter, swing at a miss.
There are going to be a lot of strikes from Michaelis. He stays around the plate. There's going to be a lot of contact. That's just how he pitches.
He's walked only 17 batters the entire season, and that is an amazingly low figure. And now he's gone full on Winker with Votto on deck and Suarez waiting in the wings.
And his last start in St. Louis, the Reds got him for 3 home runs, but they were all solo shots.
He's coming with a payoff pitch. Winker takes ball 4, so he has walked the first batter he faces tonight.
Incredible road splits as far as ERA goes for Miles Michaelis here in 2019. He's got a 2.15 ERA in St. Louis. 5-4 record, but on the road, almost 7.5. Only 1 win on the road this year.
He'll go to work on Joey Votto. A couple of hits last night. Stands in with a runner at first base and nobody out in a so far scoreless game here at the bottom of inning number 1. Votto takes strike 1. Michaelis, of course, spent a number of years pitching with the Yomiuri Giants over in Japan and credited that experience with making him a much better pitcher. That one is grounded to first. Fair, step on the bag, Goldschmidt. Flip it on to DeYoung, and he puts a tag on Winker, and that is a 3-6 double play.
Perfect fundamental play by the Cardinals there. Goldschmidt got to the bag quickly. He threw a strike to DeYoung, but DeYoung did something that you don't always see shortstops do, and that is close the distance between him and the base runner. As he received the throw, all he had to do was tag Jesse Winker.
So 2 out as each team's defense has turned a double play. And here's Eugenio Suarez. His night was a rather brief one last night. He went to the plate once. He was called out on strikes in the bottom of the first. Hung around to argue with last night's plate umpire Carlos Torres, and for his efforts, he was pitched, and shortly thereafter, so was David Bell. 1 ball and no strikes. And a swing and a fly ball hit into right, and that baby's going to fall for a base hit. Up with it and returning it to the infield is Jose Martinez. So the inning continues, and the batter will be the right fielder Yasiel Puig. Michaelis was a very good pitcher with the Yomiuri Giants 2015 through 17, went 13-3, went 4-2 in a 2016 year that he had some physical problems, and then rebounded 2 years ago to go 14-8, and that prompted the Cardinals to sign him as a free agent in December of 2017. So now going to work on the hot-hitting Yasiel Puig with Suarez over at first, and it's off the plate outside, a ball. Puig checks in at 263, 22 homers and 58 runs batted in. Outfield playing him straight away and deep. That one is lifted in the air to right, curling toward the seats in foul territory and out of play. One ball and one strike. Puig taking his time climbing into the batter's box. Michaelis looks down for the sign from battery mate Matt Wieters, and now the stretch motion and the quick throw on to first, and Suarez anticipating such thing, and he hustles back into the bag.
You made the comment last night about the Cardinals, it might have been game one, about the Cardinals playing their outfielders deep, and they play deep. Where they're playing right now, if the ball's over their head, it's over the fence.
That's correct.
It's a home run.
Especially in right field. I'm surprised Martinez just doesn't go on out there and play on the warning track.
Well, you could just lean on the wall where he's at.
You can. I mean, they are really, that's about as deep an outfield as I think we've seen all year long.
And I know the strategy here is to play no doubles defense, trying not to let the runner score from first. But my goodness.
Yep. 1-1 pitch. He jams him and he fouls it out of play. 1:10 tomorrow, the series wind up featuring Anthony DeSclafani and right-hander Jack Flaherty, and then Sonny Gray will open things up at Miller Park in Milwaukee on Monday night, Tanner Roark Tuesday, and then Tyler Mahle, for the moment, is penciled in to start. He had a hamstring problem that he felt on the last pitch that he threw last night before being taken out of the game. In fact, Jeff commented when he walked off the mound that he was walking with a slight limp, and he was. So his name is in there to pitch on Wednesday, but that, like I said, is not etched in stone. They, I would imagine, will make a more definitive decision on him tomorrow. And it'll be either yes, he can start, or no, he can't. And if he can't, then the Reds will have to decide who would start in his place on Wednesday afternoon in Milwaukee. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Michaelis continues to pay attention to Suarez at first. That pitch is a swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Folded with left fielder and right-handed batter Tyler O'Neill against Luis Castillo. And the right-hander's first pitch is a swing and a miss as we welcome in a gentleman who has no problem pronouncing his last name, but has a heck of a time pronouncing Lavarnway. That would be from MLB.com, Mark Sheldon.
That's real talk right there.
Certainly.
In truth.
Swing and a miss, 0-2. I mean, Sheldon's easy to say.
Yeah. Lavarnway, though, crosses. It's more spelling it than saying it, but I have a hard time saying it sometimes, too.
Well, you just said it correctly.
Well, I listen to you.
Here's
the master.
Oh, yeah, you bet. There's so much going on with this ball club right now, it's hard to decide where to start, isn't it?
Yeah, they're coming and going.
They really are.
All sorts of stuff happening. Mostly in the injury world, though.
1-2 pitch, and that's a foul ball. I guess the upside is that we were all told today that Nick Senzel is available tonight in whatever capacity David Bell wants to use him in, which would lead you to think that very well could be in the lineup tomorrow.
That's what he said. I was a little surprised that Nick didn't get into the game yesterday when everything kind of started going down the drain, but if he's fully healed, though, that's good for them because they were contemplating putting him on the IL if he wasn't able to get back soon. So that's good news for them for sure.
2 balls and 2 strikes to count on O'Neill, followed by Dexter Fowler and Colton Wong, and that's a swing and a miss, and he came hard in on him. And that's a punch out, and that's the second of the night for Castillo. 1 gone here at the top of the second. They got Amir Garrett. That's a certain welcome addition.
It's a big-time welcome. In a lot of ways, his travel issues ended up being a plus for the Reds. His connection got stuck in Detroit with bad weather, and he was going to miss his outing in Scranton for Louisville. So he got in a car and drove back. And if he had pitched last night, he wouldn't have been available till tomorrow. And now he's available tonight, and he's activated and ready to go.
Here's a pitch to Fowler, a left-hand batter, and it's a strike. We were watching Tucker Barnhart today, and they ran him through a very rigorous workout in every facet of the game. And he looked, if you didn't know better, you would think he's 100%. I asked David about that, and he said, well, he may come back sooner than we had all anticipated.
Yeah, he said that the other day. It sounded like he's making progress, and they thought maybe the 6 weeks prognosis could be 5 weeks or a little bit less.
Right.
And I didn't see Tucker doing his stuff on the field, but I saw him when he came back into the clubhouse, and he was scorched, pretty burned up from being out there in the heat. But
they worked him hard now, I'll tell you that.
But he's feeling good.
Fastball is up and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Fowler.
He took a lot of swings, and that's after throwing to the bases.
Right.
It's a good test.
Here's a windup by Castillo, the break-even pitch, and a bouncing ball foul at first. On the other side of the coin, you might have been the one that brought the question up to David about, or John Fay, about the rehab appearance coming up Monday night in Chattanooga for Alex Wood, and 85 to 90 pitches. If that goes well, could that be his final one? And David Bell kind of hedged on that.
He did hedge.
Yeah.
He's been hedging pretty much every time, though, because he doesn't want to say too much.
Hard hit ground ball fielded on the bounce. And the throw on to first by Iglesias, and they're 2 out.
I think because of all the setbacks he's had, he doesn't want to get ahead of it and then find out there's something's going to go wrong. But it sounded like he could either come back after Chattanooga, or he said he might very well get one more. So they're getting close to the end of the 30 days.
Correct.
So he'll have to come back pretty soon, and they are prepping him for the rotation. So
well, having said that, who do you think, if Tyler Malley can't go to the post on Wednesday, who do you think would make that start?
Lucas Sims.
Yeah.
I'll be telling to see how they use him the next few days while they wait and see what happens with Malley. Maybe he'll get one relief appearance between now and...
Well, he could pitch an inning tonight, or he could pitch an inning tomorrow.
Right.
But beyond tomorrow, there's no
right.
way.
You'd have to be careful and not use him. So I guess that'll largely depend on what's going on with Malley.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike. David Bell says there's still plenty of time. I don't agree with that.
Well, considering there's only one deadline now in the trade deadline, there's not. I would like to have thought that they would make some moves to add, but right now it's getting tough. And there isn't a lot of time. I think if this gets away too far, doubt sets in and all the other things set in, and you're looking at another long season. So I think he likes to say that all the games are important, but I think this stretch of games, especially within the division, are extremely important.
That means tonight, tomorrow, and the 3 games coming up in Milwaukee.
Correctamundo.
A 2-2 count on Colton Wong with 2 out as we visit with Mark Sheldon from MLB.com. You guys are everybody is well covered up in Cooperstown this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of people up there this year, huh?
Yeah.
I saw Jason Stark got his honor today, which was well deserved.
Very
really
much
happy
so.
for him.
Yeah. He's a great guy.
One of the best.
One of the nicest
great
people.
writer. You're absolutely correct. He's about as good a guy as there is in this media fraternity that we have.
It's always fair.
Yep.
As fair as you could get.
He's first-class guy. 2-2 pitch. Foul ball.
I had the good luck in being at the winter meetings when we have our BBWA meetings, and it's during that meeting when they announce who the Spink Award winner is going to be, and Jason, of course, was told basically in front of all of us, and to see his reaction was priceless. Just how grateful he was, and very humble, and I was really happy I could be there for that.
Ground ball to the right side again. It's Iglesias, and his throw to first in time to end the inning. Mark enjoyed it. Bottom of the second, Josh Van Meter versus Miles Michaelis. And Meter came off the bench and got a hit last night. Now gets a start tonight and takes a breaking ball for a call strike. If you're listening on your car or truck radio, please remember to buckle your safety belt. This message is brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back? Swinging, line drive, hit up the middle. Solid single to kick off the second by Van Meter. And here's Jose Peraza. And it's time now for our Cincinnati Bell Yes Trivia question of the game. Text the word vote along with your answer of A, B, or C to 66128 for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, $25 Skyline Chili gift card, a $25 Dunkin' Donuts gift card, and a free haircut from Break Lips, brought to you by Cincinnati Bell, connecting what matters. A workhorse, Jeff Brantley.
Yes, sir.
Of the Big Red Machine's pitching staff in the 1970s. You with me so far here now?
So far.
This pitcher was wearing a Cardinal uniform when he made his last big league appearance on May the 25th, 1980. What we want to know is, who is that pitcher? 1 strike and nothing on Jose Peraza. Is it A, my dear friend Jack Billingham? Throw it first. Is it B, Pedro Borbon? Or is it C, the man affectionately known as the Hawk, Clay Carroll? Stretch by Michael is pitching, and it's outside the ball. That's a dandy right there.
Yeah, it is, and I think I'm going to say Pedro Borbon.
Borbon?
That's my guess.
Okay, so is that answer etched in stone? Or
No, none of my answers are ever etched in stone.
They're not?
No.
Here's a 1-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball third. Throw to second. That's 1. Throw to first. That's 2. And the Reds are 2 for 2. 2 innings of hitting, and twice they bounced into a double play tonight, and that makes Jose Iglesias a 2-out batter.
They made that 8th inning switcheroo just for me.
So not Jack Billingham, not Clay Carroll, but Pedro Borbon.
Well, I'll give you, Pedro is my answer. I don't think it was Clay Carroll. I think it was one of the starters, and maybe I'm not even close.
Maybe you're not.
Maybe I'm not.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. God bless you if you decide to change. Ground ball hit to third. And on 1 pitch, Iglesias is thrown out by
Luis Castillo with a quick 2. Same for Miles Michaelis. Michaelis has rolled up a couple of double plays against the Reds here in the early going. The bottom of the Cardinal order, Paul DeYoung, Matt Wieters, and the pitcher, Miles Michaelis. Scoreless baseball as Castillo goes to work, and a first pitch misses just underneath the strike zone. Cut the plate in half, but just a bit low. 1 ball, no strike count. Castillo works quickly, and there's that pitch misses low. Well, both of them cross the plate. Good pitches, but just a bit down here to Paul DeYoung. 2 ball, no strike count. And there's a strike right on the outside corner. That pitch did not appear that it was much higher than the previous 2. Of course, you don't have a lot of wiggle room when you're right on the borderline. This one hit right back up the middle. Peraza is there. He'll throw on Devado. 1 down. See a lot more fastballs in the last couple of starts, at least early in the ball game, from the right-hander Luis Castillo. His changeup has been so good and had so many swing and misses from all the clubs that he's faced. I'm sure that when an opponent comes in to face Castillo, that's one of the first things that they talk about. But when he's showing that 97-mile-an-hour heater right out of the chute, that has a tendency to change your mindset, and it really sets up the changeup even that much more. Swing and a miss, a little blue bayou over the inside corner here to Matt Wieters. First pitch changeup, and then that baby had some hair on it. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Back to the plate, and that's going to miss up and in. Wieters has done the majority of the catching with Yadier Molina, the normal Cardinal catcher, on the injured list. Here's a ground ball foul down the first baseline. 2 ball, 2 strike count. There have been many fastballs here through the first now 8 batters against the Cardinals that have been inside to the left-handed batters. Back to the plate, Castillo. A changeup off the outside corner, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to the 8-hole hitter, Matt Wieters. The pitch. And a ground ball to the right side. In short right field, Peraza has it, flips on to first. 2 down. So here's the pitcher, Michaelis. The only batter that has reached thus far for the Cardinals was the leadoff batter, Tommy Edman. He hit an 0-2 changeup into center field off the end of the bat. He was erased on a double play by Paul Goldschmidt to finish the first. And here's a ground ball backhanded by Votto. He will underhand to a covering Castillo. And another 3-up, 3-down inning for early going for the right-hander Michaelis. Here's Gratterall. Fastball upstairs, 1-0. Two new catchers for the Reds. Both have done quite an admirable job since coming on and just stepping right into the big league atmosphere and just having to take over a new staff. You do have Kirk DeSalle, you do have Tucker Barnhart with a bit of advice, but when you step out on the field, it's just you and the man on the mound, and both of these guys, Ryan Lavarnway and Juan Gratterall, have done a good job behind the plate handling this pitching staff. 1 ball, 2 strike count. A lot of strikes from Michaelis. The pitch. And a ground ball left side, backhanded by the third baseman Edman. The throw in time, 1 down. Now Luis Castillo will step to the plate. Michaelis back behind the mound. It is a warm night here at Great American Ballpark. There's a bit of a breeze. It is not quite as warm, it does not appear, as it was last night, as this ball is fouled to the right side out of play. It was very hot last night, and there was not a whole lot of movement in the air. And with the length of the ball game and the length of some of the innings, it really took a toll on both clubs, and you could tell it by the movement of the players as the game finished up. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, and Castillo down 0-2. Michaelis works quick, and another breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 down. Now we go back to the top of the order, and Jesse Winker. Michaelis not normally a strikeout pitcher. He can have his days that go his way, but you look at his numbers, 78 strikeouts and 108 plus innings, should tell you right there that is not his bread and butter. He is more about contact on the ground and using his infielders, and so far that's what we've seen here tonight. Fastball off the outside corner. Winker will take that, 1-0. Swing and a miss. Boy, Winker really spinning on that fastball. The 1-1. And that's going to cut inside off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. There are times that almost an overswing from Winker, but that is really where He's created the power for the 13 home runs. This ball hit foul down the left field line off the top of the concrete wall, and it'll carry him out towards the left fielder, Tyler O'Neill, who will flip it into the stands. A Winker now even at a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Now Michaelis back to the plate. And just off the outside corner. I think Michaelis wanted that pitch for a strike. Right at the bottom of the strike zone, right over the outside edge. Quite the borderline pitch. Of course, if you're a pitcher, you want all of them. Now the full count. Winker readies. Curveball, strike 3, and Winker is called out on strikes. Another 3 as Luis Castillo will face the Cardinals the second time through here tonight. The only batter for the Cardinals that has reached is the man standing at the plate, the youngster Tommy Edman. Hit an 0-2 changeup off the end of the bat into center field, and he waits on Castillo here. And there's a backdoor breaking ball for a strike. Castillo, the kick, the pitch. Just off the outside corner with a changeup there. 1 ball and a strike. Now the Reds righty turns it loose. Popped up foul to the left side. That's going to be in the seats and out of play. Well, it seems like both of these pitchers, Michaelis for the Cardinals, Castillo for the Reds, very cognizant of the fact that both bullpens have been used extensively here in Game 1 and Game 2. And they seem to be men on a mission. Fastball up and in. That will turn Edman around. And it'll also even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Castillo works quick. Pitch to the plate. Down the left field line. That's a base hit. Heading towards the corner. Van Meter quickly to it. He gets it back in, but not in time. And that's a leadoff double for the Cardinal third baseman. And both times here tonight, Edman has hit the changeup, believe it or not. And that one was a good 3 or 4 inches tailing off the outside corner. He hit that one off the end of the bat. But he hits it where nobody's playing, and that's down the left field line. So he's 2 for 2. And there are not too many batters that we have seen here in 2019 that have come out and hit the changeup of Luis Castillo. Edman has done it twice. A bunt by Martinez, and he fouls it straight back. It did not appear that Martinez was trying to sacrifice there. At least he did not square around. He tried to bunt right at the last second, and he was unsuccessful. Suarez playing on the grass at third. Votto well off the bag at first and deep. The pitch. Breaking ball hit right to Votto. Votto will take it himself. He will step right on the bag, but on to third is Edman. And the ball was not hit very hard, but it was a productive out for Martinez as he moves the first possible run of the ball game to third base with 1 out, and Paul Goldschmidt steps to the plate. Well, the Reds had Votto played perfectly in that scenario. And now the Reds will have to bring the infield all the way in on the cut of the grass. Edman with pretty good speed at third base. Swinging a foul back behind home plate. Good sinking fastball down and in here to Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt has always been a pretty good fly ball hitter when he's had to get a run home from third base. But this is no easy task here against Luis Castillo. The pitch. Swing and a foul again. Another fastball, and again it was down and in. So Castillo in the driver's seat here. Castillo came into the ball game with 134 strikeouts. He has 2 so far here tonight, and none would be bigger than this one right here if he can pull the rabbit out of the hat. 0-2 pitch. Here he comes. And he just misses with a breaking ball. Well, that tells you the eye of the veteran Paul Goldschmidt. That pitch started middle away, snapped just off the outside corner, and when I say just, I'm talking barely. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Castillo with a big pitch there. And he puts Goldschmidt in the book. A firm fastball over the outside corner after starting him in with 2 fastballs. And the 3rd strikeout for Castillo, and that is by far the largest. Now with 2 down, the Reds will move the infield deep, and Tyler O'Neill steps to the plate. No easy out in this fella. Fly ball lifted into deep left field. Van Meter to the track. He's got it. And a nice
Cincinnati.
first pitch swinging Joey Votto, and he pulls it foul down the first baseline. Starting to see more and more balls that Votto is getting out in front of. Last 2 outs have been right to the first baseman. It's not as though he hasn't hit them hard. The balls were hit hard. But you're just not used to seeing Votto pull the ball towards the first base bag. And he fouls that one to the left side out of play. 93-mile-an-hour fastball right down Broadway. Michael is quickly ahead of Votto. No balls and 2 strikes. Suarez waits on deck to be followed by Yasiel Puig. 2, 3, and 4 here in the Reds lineup. And this one fouled to the left side out of play. Votto definitely getting inside of that pitch, trying to shoot it the other way. Cardinals have not been able to get on the board against Luis Castillo. The Reds have not either against the right-hander Miles Michaelis. Michaelis, quick step back, pitch to the plate, just off the inside corner. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Michaelis, a big, tall fella, with quite the short arm action. Kind of stabs it back and almost slings it to the plate. Raises the arm up. Not quite the normal fluid motion that you see, but he does hide the ball well. Looping liner right to the shortstop, DeYoung. Votto is the first out for the Reds here in the 4th. Well, on the anniversary of the Apollo mission some 50 years ago, the Reds need a moon ball, and a moon ball would put them on the board. If in fact that moon ball hits out in right center field, well, Lori Capovilla from Westchester, Ohio, you are our Toyota Tundra Home Run Challenge contestant. And if that ball happens to hit the Toyota sign located out in right center field between the PNC Power Stacks, Lori, you'll win a brand new 2019 Tundra. All courtesy of your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. Lori Capovilla from Westchester, Ohio. Good luck. 2-ball, no strike count here to the right-handed hitting Eugenio Suarez, and he's capable of a long ball. And he takes that one down and away. Another breaking ball. And it's a 3-ball, no strike count. Suarez singled to right in his first at bat. It was a breaking ball that he hit on that pitch. And here's a looping liner into left field on a 3-0 fastball, and Suarez aboard for the second time here tonight. So 1-out single for Suarez, and here's Yasiel Puig. 24 home runs for Suarez, 60 RBIs, 22 home runs for Yasiel Puig, 58 RBIs. anytime both of those two batters step to the plate, you have to sit up in your seat a bit. You never know what you're going to see. Puig a strikeout victim to end the first, and he checks his swing on a fastball up and in, 1-0. Wouldn't you know it, after a 12-11 ball game last night, so far here tonight, the offense has been almost non-existent for both clubs. Fastball hit fouled straight back behind home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Michael is pitching from the first base side of the rubber. He sets and he'll turn it loose. And he misses upstairs again. Puig taking that fastball to move the count to 2 balls and a strike. Wieters runs through the sign. Puig set, ready. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and almost fell down did Yasiel Puig. That fastball upstairs is an Achilles heel for Puig. Of course, if you pull on it just a bit as a pitcher and you leave it down, that's the ball he can hammer. But up around the letters, if he's swinging, that's a good pitch for the guy on the mound. 2-2 count. Michaelis. Pump foul to the right side, out of play. And that was a fastball at 95, right in the heart of the plate and down. And Puig just missed it. And you can see him right now shaking his head. He was late, hit it right off the end of the bat. Fouls it over the Reds dugout. Puig spinning that right foot into the batter's box as he digs in on Michaelis. A 2-2 pitch from the Cardinal right-hander. And he misses down and away with a slider. And the count will run full. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Yasiel Puig. You got to believe that Michaelis is coming with another fastball up. He got a strikeout on that pitch his first time up. Puig has not come close to hitting it yet. And he goes with a fastball, and it's a bullet to the shortstop and an easy 6-4-3 double play. The third double play of
Reds baseball is always live with MLB At Bat. Follow the action with game tracking and video highlights, along with up-to-the-moment stats, standings, breaking news, and more. Download MLB At Bat tonight. It's your #1 app for the Cincinnati Reds. Dexter Fowler, ball 1 as we get the 5th inning underway. Fowler, a ground ball to shortstop in the second through 4. Castillo has given the Cardinals 2 hits and did a whale of a job in his last inning after Edman opened with a double. Advanced on a ground out by Martinez, but then Castillo struck out Goldschmidt and got O'Neill on a fly ball to left. And now a swing and a miss by Fowler. The count's 1 ball and 1 strike. It's high for ball 2. Right now 55 pitches on the night for the Reds right-hander, who wheels and deals, and that one is rolled to the right side. The pick up by the second baseman Peraza, and a quick clip on to Joey Votto, and there's 1 out. How about our scoreboard stumper? Brought to you by First Financial Bank. We go beyond banking by putting you first. First Financial Bank member FDIC. 5 active. 5 active. That's the operative word. 5 active Major League pitchers have posted an ERA below 3 in 4 or more seasons. That is a minimum of 162 innings pitched. Who might they be?
Clayton Kershaw.
1 ball and no strikes on Colton Wong. That's one of the 5, indeed.
ERA below what? 2 or 3? 3?
Yeah, 3.
What about Max Scherzer?
That is 2. You're looking good. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing, ball 2.
Is Adam Wainwright in that category?
I don't know, is he?
I'm asking. That's my guess.
Okay, well, then you don't ask a question if it's your guess.
But I'm just-
Adam Wainwright is one of them. So you got 2 remaining.
So I've got 3 quick.
You got 3 quick, and the remaining 2 are in the
American League.
National League.
Really?
Indeed.
Wow. Okay. Have to throw Colorado out.
That's a very logical comment. Fly ball, shallow. Coming hard as Winker. He'll have to play it on the hop. 1-out base hit by Colton Wong. A flare to center, and that'll bring out the shortstop Paul DeYoung, who's had home runs in back-to-back games in this series.
5 seasons under 3, right?
That would be, no, that's 4 or more seasons.
Under 3?
Under 3. 3, yes, below 3. DeYoung led the 3rd off and grounded out to Peraza at 2nd, who's had a very, very busy night tonight. And now they've got their top base stealing threat on base. It's Wong with 14 steals and 15 attempts. This would be, I would think, the kind of game where, you know, there's not going to be a whole lot of runs scored, so you're going to give that guy a chance to run. Here's a pitch, and it's a swing and a foul ball by DeYoung.
Madison Bumgarner.
That would be 1. You
So
got 1
more to
left.
go.
This 1 left may be a major challenge. Maybe it won't be. DeYoung, no balls and 1 strike. Castillo with the check of the runner at first base and on to the plate, and that's a swing, and the count's 0-2.
I think this guy plays for Atlanta, and I can't think of his name. I'm drawing him.
I'm going to help you. Talking about Julio Teheran?
Yes.
That's wrong.
Okay.
That's the reason why I helped you.
Well, thank you.
Because I knew it was not going to be him.
I was toast.
Ready with a strike 2 pitch. Ground ball right side. That might be. Give it up to the shortstop, and the throw on to first. That's a 4-6-3-6 through the 28. And save thanks to Mike's Car Wash. Buy 4 review-level tickets and receive 4 Reds caps, all for only $48. Take advantage of this great deal. Reds.com/4 for $48. Reds in the Rockies, July 26th, 27th, and 28th. Josh Van Meter has one of the 3 hits the Reds have collected. He leads off the bottom of the 5th, and he checks his swing on a pitch inside. So now what do we got here? You dropped the Strasburg on me as we were going away for a break. I
thought I had the slam dunk there.
Dead wrong.
I know.
Here's a 1-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike. What about people like Jacob deGrom and Noah Syndergaard?
No, I don't think they don't have enough years now. What about Jake Arrieta?
Negative. That's a good guess, though. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Here's a call strike. What about John Lester?
I don't think he's done it. He's pitched for the Red Sox in the American League. You don't have any ERA under 3 over there.
I'm just trying to help you out.
I know you are.
You don't have to be rude
There's
to me.
no chance that you would say
You're being rude
the
to me.
name. I'm just.
I'm a very sensitive
I've been
person.
in here a long time with you, big boy. You're leading me down the wrong road here.
I ain't done yet.
I know you're not. You're just
wait a
trying to muddle my mind.
How about Dallas Keuchel?
Stop it.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's not a bad guess.
I didn't think it would be. There's a shot back to the mound, knocked down, and the throw to first in time. Good play by Michaelis, who was able to locate the ball after it glanced off of his glove and rolled down behind the mound. But he was able to get it and throw to first on a bang-bang play to knock off Van Meter. 1 out.
I'll say Dallas Keuchel.
That would be wrong.
You know, you'd think that I would have learned my lesson. I just got that. I thought that maybe you were trying to twist me.
Let me help you get that hook out of your mouth.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I bit hard.
You did, too. I loved it. Here's a swing and a liner caught by the second baseman, Wong. So Peraza jumping on pitch one and lines out. And here's Jose Iglesias with 2 away in the inning. How about...
What division are they in?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and tell you that. I think if I do that, you're going to be able to figure it out. It would be the National League West.
That didn't help me. I was thinking of something else.
1 ball and no strikes.
Golly, Zach Greinke.
Bingo.
What am I doing?
Call strike, 1-1 to count. That's it. Nummy here figured it out 5 minutes ago. Tommy Thrall was all over that. Here's a ground ball to second. The throw to first. And boy, these two guys are hooked up in a good one tonight. Through 5. We're Jeff Bradley, Marty Brenneman back at Great American Ballpark before another big house. This is the 3rd game of 4 with a finale coming up here tomorrow. We got Luis Castillo and Miles Michaelis hooked up in a good one. And it'll be 8-9-1. Matt Wieters followed by Michaelis, followed by Tommy Edman. He has struck out 3, has not walked a batter, and has so far given the Cardinals 3 hits. We're waiting now on Wieters to stand into the box to kick off inning number 6. Tell you the Cubs won again today. They are on fire. That Chicago Cub ball club beating San Diego today 6-5. First pitch is taken for ball 1. And the next delivery, and that's a bit low. The count's 2 balls and no strikes. Swinging at a foul ball off the bat handle down beyond first base dugout. After tonight, Castillo's next start would not come up until next Friday night. Reds have an off day coming out of Milwaukee on Thursday, and then they open up a series next Friday night here against the Colorado Rockies, and he would pitch game 1 in that series. 3-1. And in a game like this, you don't want to walk the leadoff batter, so you better figure out some way to get Matt Wieters out. Talking a .235 batting average and the pitch, and that's taken for ball, call strike 2 and a full count. Now the right-hander coming with a payoff pitch, and Wieters chops it foul, hanging around as he dribbles one over toward the Reds dugout. Reds on Radio and Cincinnati USA Regional Tourism Network welcome Reds on Radio affiliate WUGO-FM and WGOH-AM and FM from Grayson, Kentucky tonight. For endless things to do all year long, stay close to CincinnatiUSA.com. Drive, deep right center, and the Cardinals have taken a 1-0 lead. Matt Wieters all over that pitch. And he will touch them all on the strength of his 7th home run of the season. It is only the 11th homer given up all year long by Castillo, but that's a long ball that puts him in a hole with the Cardinals going out in front 1-0. Now Miles Michaelis stands in, and he will go to the mound working with a lead, and he drills one into deep left center field, and that ball goes to the Cardinal bullpen, and Michaelis will coast into second with a stand-up double. And I'm here to tell you right now, Castillo better step back and take a big, deep breath and regain the magic that he showed in the first 5 innings of this game. And Derek Johnson apparently thinking along the same lines because he's on his way out. And we have seen this happen in the past with this guy. I mean, he goes through 4 or 5 or 6 innings and everything is rosy, and all of a sudden something happens and he is not able to come back and get what he had going for him earlier.
Well, he centered up a couple of fastballs on consecutive pitches. The 3-2 pitch to Wieters was up and in the middle of the plate, and that pitch was up and in the middle of the plate to the pitcher.
Michaelis picks up his 6th hit of the season. The meeting is now broken up on the mound, and the batter will be the leadoff hitter, Tommy Edman, who's been on both times tonight, and both times with base hits. A single in the first and a double in the 4th inning.
Well, up until the last 2 hits, this guy's the only guy that's put the ball in play with and gotten on base.
So now the pitch on the way, and he pulls it foul down beyond the first base dugout. This young man has given this Cardinal ball club a very, very solid performance. Here's a pitch, and that's taking the ball inside. When they disabled Matt Carpenter, they needed somebody to play third. They brought him up from their AAA ball club at Memphis, where he's having a good, solid year, and he has done the job. I mean, nothing flashy. 1-1 pitch to him, and a foul ball back and out of play.
Played some pretty good third base for him.
Yes, indeed. What you don't want here, if you get an out, you don't want to get an out at the expense of the runner going to third base. You want to get a pop-up, you want to hit a ground ball to third or back to the mound. Here's a 1-2 pitch, and it's high to even the count. Now, Jose Martinez waiting on deck, so the Cardinals have to be thinking about a 2-run inning, and in light of the way this game has gone, that would be huge.
Well, both times that Edman has gotten a hit, they have been on changeups.
And there's a flare into left. Iglesias going out, and he got it. He made the play, and the quick throw back to first, not in time. It gets away, but backing up is Votto.
Boy, that was almost some kind of play. It was a great play to catch the ball, but he almost had Miles Michaelis.
And a lot of folks here at the ballpark are standing and applauding the effort just turned in by Jose Iglesias. I mean, a big-time play without any question. I had that baby chalked up as a base hit.
Well, especially where he started, because he was behind Michaelis as Michaelis took his lead. He was playing up the middle. He caught that ball really out in left field.
So now, Castillo a third of the way home. Going to work on Jose Martinez, who has struck out and bounced to Votto at first base. Swing and a miss.
And when you're running that hard and have to lunge that far to make the catch, setting your feet it's just impossible.
One strike and nothing. Wieters leading at second base. The pitch and a swing on a change, and the count's 0-2. This will be pitch number 79 for Luis Castillo. 1 out, 1 in, 1 on. Martinez waving that bat around as the right-hander kicks and delivers, and that's a ball in the dirt, knocked down by Juan Gratterall. For those who can't get enough of the Cardinals, you still have tomorrow, and if that doesn't work, then you can come right back here next month, because they will be back again on the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th of August. 1-2 pitch. Way inside. That'll be a homestand featuring the Cardinals for 4 and the San Diego Padres for 3. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Castillo flinging it toward the plate. And that is ball 3. So after getting ahead 0-2, he has now gone 3-2. Has not walked a batter tonight. And he's averaging about a walk every other inning. Not nearly the precise control that a guy like Miles Michaelis brings to the table, even though Michaelis has walked a batter tonight. Payoff pitch coming now after the check of Wieters at second, and that is ball 4. He walked him. Paul Goldschmidt has bounced into a double play, has also struck out. So he has 6 hits in his last 30 times up. And the Reds, who have turned 2 double plays in this game, would love to make it a 3rd right here. Goldschmidt takes strike 1. Very little breeze blowing at all here, but thankfully now the sun is pretty much become a non-factor here in the ballpark, at least cooling off folks to some extent. Swinging a miss. Another hot day tomorrow, and then the weather will break. Temperature will be in the 80s on Monday, and for the foreseeable number of days after that. Where we are going, it's going to be cool.
More springtime weather.
That's exactly right, up in Milwaukee. Check swing on a pitch off the plate. Gave up a leadoff home run on a 3-2 pitch to Matt Wieters to begin this inning, and then a double by pitcher Michaelis. Great play by Iglesias to catch the pop off the bat of Edman, and Martinez draws a base on balls, and Goldschmidt strikes out swinging. Four punch-outs now for Castillo. And Tyler O'Neill, who has struck out and fly to left. You come see the Reds, be sure you've downloaded Ballpark. It's the official Great American Ballpark app. Check in at the game to unlock special offers, exclusive content, and seat upgrades. Download Ballpark for free. And Baseball Bingo presented by Dynegy. Swing and a miss. One run, 5 hits for the Cardinals. No runs, 3 hits for the Reds. 2 on base with 2 out. And a ground ball slapped toward third, fielded by Iglesias, by Suarez, and he goes to the bag for the full. Tomorrow, take advantage of a special ticket offer. Enjoy live mascot races, face painters, games, and more thanks to Klosterman Bakery. Plus, kids 14 and younger will receive a Luis Castillo Fathead presented by Mike Castrucci Automotive. For tickets, visit reds.com/150. Reds are down a run. We got Gratterall to lead it off, followed by Castillo, followed by Winker.
And as Gratterall comes to the plate, it is time for Ask Marty. This is where we ask the Hall of Famer to give his thoughts on any subject, baseball or non-baseball, always presented by CBTS. Today's question comes from Funky Monkey.
Funky Monkey.
Is that a neighbor of yours?
Yeah, he lives 2 doors down from me. First pitch taken for a strike.
What advice would a 2019 Marty give to a 1974 Marty?
Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that's a swing and a miss.
Well, what advice that you could say on the air?
Well, actually, before I answer that question, Luis Castillo's done for the night.
Is he done?
I am stunned. I saw him in the dugout with a towel around his neck, and two players came up to him and shook his hand. And I said to myself, this guy's done. And sure enough, Derek Dietrich has moved to the on-deck circle. 1 ball and 2 strikes a count. And the wind and the pitch, and that's a ground ball wide of third. But Edman gets to it, and he throws Gratterall out, and there's 1 down.
That surprises me.
It surprises the heck out of me. I mean, I understand you're trying to win a ball game, and you haven't won very many, but at the same time, you're taking out a guy who you have to be brimming with confidence over, and you're going to a suspect bullpen. We'll see what happens. Derek Dietrich is going to pinch hit, and that prompts a big meeting at the mound. You know what I'd probably say? The Marty of yesterday and the Marty of today, keep your mouth shut. I don't know that I could get a job today, to be honest with you. I truly, honestly believe that, because I think there's such an amount of pressure, more so now than ever been on broadcasters, and you have to measure every word that comes out of your mouth for fear of making somebody mad. There's a swing and a miss, and obviously I've never given a whole lot of thought to that. I don't think a young guy coming into the business today can take the approach that I've taken, so you got to be careful. 1 strike and nothing on Derek Dietrich. And that's a ball inside.
But still got to have fun.
Oh, yeah, you can still have fun. Yuck it up. You know. Funky monkey. Just a 1-run pitch.
2 doors down.
2 doors down. Just swing like this. Oh, boy. Something wrong with you people.
I may have to come over and meet Funky Monkey.
I hope he would be thrilled if you did that. He talks about you all the time.
I bet he does. Probably my kind of guy.
Yeah, I promise you. 1 and 2 the count. Amir Garrett warming in the bullpen. That hangs outside and high for a ball. What we're seeing here tonight is vintage Miles Michaelis, and it's an extension of what he did in his last start. He shut out Pittsburgh 7-0, giving and going the distance and scattering 8 hits, struck out 3, did not walk a batter, and the Pirates won that game 7-0. And now Dietrich has been hit by a pitch.
That looked like he got him in that same knee.
He's almost like a magnet.
I think he hit him in the right knee. The right knee.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, he can't afford for that to happen too many times.
That was a little more meat. That was above the knee, kind of on the hamstring quad area. As long as it hits Dietrich in the muscle, he's going to be okay, because he got plenty of that.
He does. That's the 22nd time, if you're counting, that Dietrich has been hit by a pitch. That's the most in the major leagues and 3rd most in Reds history. And he's got plenty of time. Shin-Soo Choo has a club record. He was hit 26 times 6 years ago. Jason LaRue 24 times in 2004. So the Reds have a 1-out base runner, and Jesse Winker looks at a strike. Reds now need to hit a long, far one. Give Castillo a chance to win this game. The pitch, and that's a foul ball back.
He's trying to hit a long, far one there with that swing. A little Louisiana lean back.
1-2 to count. Cardinals have a fresh arm in their bullpen tonight. They have called up for the 5th time this season right-hander Ryan Helsley, and they sent out infielder Edmundo Sosa. Helsley coming from Memphis, and Sosa going to that Tennessee city. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One nothing ball game here in the bottom of the 6th. Matt Wieters, a leadoff home run in the top of the inning. One man out, a 1-2 count. Michaelis with Jesse Winker. Dietrich over at first base, and a 2-2 count. You think as susceptible as Michaelis is to home runs, he'd make a mistake and somebody take him deep.
When he pitches to contact, you're going to get a pitch over the plate, but you just don't know whether it's going to be cutting or sinking or rising.
There's a strikeout swing.
That was right in the middle.
Sure was. Joey Votto is 0 for 2 tonight. 4 for his last 24 times at the plate. Votto with 8 homers, only 25 runs batted in all year. Here he is now with 2 out. Got a swing and a ground ball to shortstop. The play will be made to first, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, 1 left.
Left-hander Amir Garrett will come out of the Reds bullpen. Garrett has been on the injured list since the 4th of this month with a left lat strain, and was supposed to make a rehab appearance, and the flight arrangements did not quite work. So he is here, and he is on the mound, and this will be his first appearance since he hurt the lat. And the Reds trailing in this one 1-0. Garrett will get Dexter Fowler, Colton Wong, and Paul DeYoung. Garrett from the left side will turn Fowler around to the right side. And now it is a bullpen ball game for the Reds. Fowler, a .236 hitter from the right side, .251 from the left side. Garrett to the plate. Tapper foul over towards the Cardinal dugout on a good firm fastball down and in. No ball, 1 strike count. I don't know that the rehab issue for a reliever is as critical as it would be for a starter. There is no doubt that a starter has to have some innings under his belt. A reliever, for the most part, if you can dial it up for 20 or 30 pitches in the bullpen and your location is on, you can dial it up in a ball game. And that fastball, actually a changeup just off the outside corner, may have been a slider that didn't do a whole lot, but it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Now to Fowler. Garrett sets the kick, the pitch, swing and a miss. Good breaking ball down and in. A nice adjustment by Garrett on back-to-back sliders. First slider didn't do a whole lot. It stayed up and away. That one had quite a bit of bite to it as Fowler swings right over the top of it. 2-2 pitch from Garrett. Got him. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Slider down and in. And Garrett comes out of the bullpen throwing bullseyes. 1 down. Now Colton Wong. Wong 1 for 2 against Castillo. And he will get the hard-throwing left-hander Garrett. Suarez moving in on the grass at third. Wong with good speed, and he can bunt. Votto shortened up a bit at first base as well. Now he'll back up. And there's the bunt to the right side. Garrett has it. Underhands to Votto. 2 down. I think you see the bunt by Wong more times against a tough left-hander than you do against a right-handed pitcher. But when you can execute it, doesn't matter who's out there. And that wasn't a bad bunt, just that Garrett got to it quickly. Maybe he was expecting it as I was. So 2 quick outs for the left-hander Garrett, and here's Paul DeYoung. DeYoung has grounded up the middle both times here today, but both of those at-bats came against the right-hander Castillo. Strike one over the inside corner. Garrett back to the set. Ratterall on the outside corner, and that'll sink down and away with a fastball. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Reds have Lucas Sims warming in the bullpen. Garrett back to the set, the pitch to the plate, and pulled foul down the third baseline. Fastball from Garrett down and in, and DeYoung over the top of it, and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Garrett trying to retire the side in order here in the 7th and get the Reds back into the dugout quickly. Garrett sets, kicks, deals. Swing and a miss. Got him on the breaking ball inside. So a nice return for bottom of the 7th. Reds have 3, 4, and 5 coming to the plate. Suarez, Puig, Van Meter. Maybe the Reds can pretend this is the first inning. And that's normally when they put a ton of runs on the board. Put a 3 or 4 spot on the Cardinals and give themselves a lead heading into the final couple of frames. Fastball misses down and away here to Suarez. 2 for 2 on the night. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and in, and he had Suarez underneath that one. 1-ball, 1-strike count. Michaelis turns it loose. He comes back up and in, this time off the inside corner. The Reds have Michael Lorenzen now joining Lucas Sims in the bullpen. The pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away. And it's a 3-1 count here to Suarez. More than likely, if the Reds take the lead, Lorenzen comes on to pitch the final 2 frames. If it stays at this point, and there is a called strike, and I don't suppose Suarez will be arguing here tonight, even though that ball appeared to be off the outside corner, and Suarez was headed towards first base. But Michaelis gets the call from home plate umpire Angel Hernandez, and now the count is full. 3-2 pitch coming. Hit hard, foul down the third baseline. Nice diving snag by Tommy Edman, but he was definitely in foul territory. But when you're playing the hot corner, you can't take anything for granted as far as what the call will be. Ball started in fair territory, but it was hooking quickly. But as I mentioned, Lorenzen, if the Reds take the lead here, probably in the final 2. If it stays the same, or if the Reds tie it, more than likely Lucas Sims in the 8th. Fastball up and in, and Suarez is a leadoff base runner here in the 7th as he draws the base on balls. Here's Yasiel Puig. The Reds have not had a runner reach second base here tonight. A lot of that due to the ground ball double plays that were rolled up in the first 4 innings by the right-hander Michaelis. Got Votto on a double play in the first, Peraza on a double play in the second, and got this man, Yasiel Puig, on a 6-4-3 double play to end the fourth inning. So Suarez on for his third time tonight. And now the Reds send their cleanup batter to the plate with nobody out. Breaking ball off the outside corner, 1-0. Second walk of the night for Miles Michaelis. He has also hit a batter. That was Derek Dietrich. Cardinal righty sets at the belt. And this one lifted down the right field line. Slicing foul. Puig hit it well. Just a little bit late. And that caused the ball to slice down the right field line into the seats. 1 ball, 1 strike count. There is no doubt Puig has enough power, even without making solid contact, to hit it out of any part of this ballpark. Boy, that would bring the house down at the moment. 1-0, Cardinals lead it. Ground ball foul down the third base line, and it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count here to Yasiel Puig. Puig struck out in his first at bat. Hit the ball sharply, but he hit it right at Paul DeJong on the inning-ending double play in the fourth. We have not seen the high fastball in this at-bat from Michaelis. It has either been slider or fastball in off the plate. Wieters sets up, and there's the high fastball, but it is way out of the strike zone. Two ball, 2 strike count. Puig, big, deep breath as he shrugs his shoulders. Arches the back a little bit. Now he'll step back into the batter's box. Suarez off the bag at first. Michaelis to the belt, to the plate. Line drive, left center field, and that is smoked, going all the way to the wall. Suarez on his horse. They are waving him home. And he is going to score, and we are tied at 1. A double for Yasiel Puig. And that has tied this baby up. Another fastball. And that is not where Matt Wieters wanted that ball. He was setting with his mitt a bit higher, looking for the high fastball. That baby was down, and it was out over the plate, and it was crushed. Mike Maddox, the Cardinal pitching coach, to the mound. As the Reds get a walk and a double and have tied the game at 1. Josh Van Meter will be the batter. Yeah, he's got a chance to put the Reds on top. Van Meter 1 for 2 here today. Cardinals with a right-hander throwing in their pen. Ryan Helsley, who was just called back today. Picked to second base, sends Puig back to the bag. Cardinals used 6 relief pitchers in last night's ball game to hold on to that 12-11 win, and used 4 out of the bullpen in game 1. So both teams stretched a bit thin at the moment as far as the bullpen is concerned. There's a breaking ball, and it misses underneath the strike zone. 1 ball, no strike count here to Josh Van Meter. This kid looks a lot more comfortable as this season has gone along. He's been up and down between the big league ball club and back to AAA. And he hammers this one high, deep, and gone. 2-run home run for Josh Van Meter, and oh, the Reds have taken a 3-1 lead. Van Meter with his first major league home run, and it is a huge one here in this Cardinal series. I'd say he's comfortable. And that may be all for the right-hander Miles Michaelis. There is a conversation with home plate umpire Angel Hernandez and Mike Schilt, the Cardinal manager. Not sure what that could be about, other than maybe they were checking the distance of the home run. So here's Jose Peraza. Michaelis still in there, and he breaking ball off the outside corner, 1-0. Van Meter's home run traveled an estimated 353 feet. The Reds' home run is powered by NOCO. NOCO, start dead batteries. Ground ball left side. That's a base hit into left field, and all 4 batters that have come to the plate here in the 7th have reached for the Reds. That was a breaking ball by Michaelis, and Peraza, who has really been swinging the bat awfully well lately, whether it's been off the bench, playing second, playing third, playing in the outfield. And he comes up with a big single there, and that's going to be the final pitch that Miles Michaelis will throw here in this ball game. The Cardinals are going to the bullpen. Mike Schilt is making a double uniform. In AAA Memphis, he was 2-3 with a 5.06 ERA, 5 of those being starts. But he will come out of the bullpen for Mike Schilt. Cardinals have made a call to the bullpen. Tri-State 811 partners in safety want you to know what's below. Contact 811 before you dig. Helsley's first batter will be Jose Iglesias. And still nobody out here in the Reds 7th. Peraza at first base. Helsley the pitch. Fastball off the outside corner, 1-0. Peraza has 5 stolen bases. I would not think that the Reds would be running here with nobody out, and they have just begun to swing the bat here in this ball game. That pitch fouled to the right side, out of play. Good fastball there from Helsley right over the outside corner, and that one had Iglesias lunging. So Helsley on the mound. He will be in the 5 spot. Dexter Fowler, who was playing center field and batting 5th, now out of the ball game. And Harrison Bader now playing center field. He'll be batting in the number 9 spot. Helsley set, turns it loose. Fly ball high in the air, deep left field. Going back O'Neill, going back Bader. Bader will make the catch. Tagging from first is Peraza, and he's into second safely. That's quite the different way to move the runner over, but Iglesias gets it done. 1 down. Ball seemed to be struck quite well by Iglesias. He just happened to be underneath it a bit. All the way out towards the 387 sign out in left center field. So here's Juan Gratterall. He is grounded to third in both of his at-bats here today. Helsley will check second once. The pitch and a breaking ball off the outside corner, 1-0. And as we see more and more here in the game today, a pitcher with a card in his right back pocket pulls it out, looks at it as to how to pitch Juan Gratterall or any other batter for that matter. And there's a fastball that misses off the outside edge. 2-0. Basically a bit of a scouting report on a card you pull out of your back of your pocket. So instead of trying to remember it, you got it in written form. This ball popped up very shallow right field. Coming on is Martinez. He will make the catch. 2 down. Peraza back to second base. So Scooter Gennett will come off the bench and he will hit in the number 9 spot for Amir Garrett. And now a meeting on the mound. Nice job by Amir Garrett on his first appearance back. Michael Lorenzen now the lone pitcher warming up in the bullpen, as we suspected. If the Reds were able to put some runs on the board here and take the lead, he would more than likely come on to try to pitch the final 2 innings. Pitch from Helsley. High off-speed pitch right at the top of the strike zone. And he gets the call, and Gennett now down, no balls and a strike. Two outs, runner at second base. Reds have plated 3 here in the inning, leading 3-1. Foul to the left side, off the netting behind home plate. Good firm fastball from Helsley at 97, sinking down and away from Gennett. Reds had a tough time getting to Miles Michaelis, but once they did, they got to him with a bang. And that bang is a big home run by Josh Van Meter into the Reds bullpen. He has given the Reds a 3-1 lead. The pitch just off the outside corner. One-two count here to Gennett. I think the catcher, Matt Wieters, wanted that pitch. It looked like he was leaning towards the Cardinal dugout as he caught the baseball. 1-2 from Helsley. Fly ball, center field. Bader will have this one, and the Reds are retired, but not before putting 3 runs on the board to take a 3-1 lead. Big blow. Josh Van Meter with his first.
Friday morning at 9 on 700 WLW.
The man.
Michael Lorenzen will come out of the Reds bullpen, coming on for the 45th time. 0-2 record with a 3.51 ERA. And he will try to shut down the Cardinals here in the 8th.
He'll be facing the man who's responsible for, at least up to this point, the only run the Cardinals have scored tonight, Matt Wieters, who homered back in the 6th. And the first pitch from Lorenzen is ball one high. Amir Garrett now the pitcher of record. He pitches a perfect seventh inning with a couple of strikeouts.
Looked pretty good doing it.
He sure did. And a call strike. It's 1-1. On deck, batting in the number 9 hole, and part of the double switch in the last inning is center fielder Harrison Bader, and then the leadoff batter Tommy Edman. Grounded foul. Reds have out-hit the Cardinals now 6-5. Wieters back in the box, continuing this leadoff at-bat in the 8th inning. Lorenzen from the stretch. And missing badly. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Castillo went the first 6, allowed 5 hits and a run with a walk and 4 strikeouts. This obviously goes down as a no-decision outing. The Reds take him off the hook with the 3 runs in the 7th inning. Swing and a miss. That's a punch out. Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer all season long. Every time a Reds pitcher strikes out a batter, Western and Southern will make a donation to the Barrett Cancer Center. As Western and Southern says, when it comes to fighting cancer, we are all in this one together. Wieters is gone, and now Harrison Bader stands in. First at-bat of the night. Swing, and he didn't mean to. 0-1.
Breaking ball Lorenzen's throwing right now is awfully good.
Sends out the side, and Lorenzen sends in the pitch, and that's a breaking ball down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. And way inside, ball 2. This is the 10th meeting of the year between these two ball clubs. Cardinals, on the strength of their back-to-back wins Thursday night and Friday night, have now beaten the Reds 6 times in 9 tries. Still a lot of baseball between these two ball clubs still to be played. And that misses low and outside, and it's 3-1. So Lorenzen needing a strike with 1 out, and Edman waiting in the on-deck circle, and he cannot get it. So he issues a 1-out walk to Harrison Bader, and that'll bring to the plate Edman, who has had 2 hits and 3 times up. And had it not been for a dazzling catch in shallow left by Jose Iglesias, he would have been 3 for 3 coming into this at-bat here in the 8th inning. Second walk allowed tonight by Reds pitching. So now Edman, another left-handed batter, stands in, and he looks at a first pitch strike. Close the book on Miles Michael, a 6+. Unable to get a batter out in the 7th. He allowed 6 hits and 3 runs earned. Walked 2, struck out 4, and hit a batter. Throw on to first, and the runner is back. So the infield looking for the ground ball. The Reds have turned 2 double plays in this game. Edman swings, and fair ball by third down the line. Hit the wall in foul territory, and they will end up at second and third with 1 out And the Cardinals have the tying runs in scoring position for right fielder Jose Martinez.
I think it'd be safe to say that Mr. Tommy Edman likes hitting in this ball.
Well, I would say so. So 3 hits tonight. He had 1 hit last night, and then, of course, had the grand slam, which was the single biggest blow in the Thursday night opening game. So now Martinez, who crushed a long 3-run home run last night. Cardinal runners at second and third, and the pitch is taken for a strike. St. Louis, who rallied from a 7-0 deficit last night, now trying to come back after watching the Reds put them 2 down with 3 runs in the 7th inning. They at the moment have Bader at third base and Edman out at second. A 1-strike count on Martinez, and Lorenzen taking a little bit too much time. Martinez steps out. Now back in and waiting on the 1-strike pitch. Lorenzen checks him, delivers, and it's just a bit outside for a ball. One ball and 1 strike. And now it's 2-1. Bases on balls have been pivotal in this game tonight, as evidenced by Miles Michaelis walking Suarez to lead the 7th off, and then came the home run by Van Meter that put the Reds out in front. Bader gets a 1-out walk. Here's a ground ball to the right side, which will get a run in. Peraza will throw on to first as Bader scores to make it a 3-2 game, and Edman advances to third base. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. Right now, a meeting going on involving the Reds battery, Michael Lorenzen and Juan Gratterall. That meeting breaks up, and Goldschmidt will stand in, and it's been a tough night for him. And you hit it into a double play in the first, and the last 2 times up you've struck out. But at the same time, a guy with the kind of track record he built up and a rather impressive resume while with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and having a night like this kind of worries you a little bit when he steps in with a tying run at third. And he swings and sends a drive back into left, but it will be caught by Van Meter, and the inning is over. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 action Friday, July 26th, when they take on the Colorado Rockies. And by all means, stick around after the game to enjoy a spectacular fireworks show and concert featuring Zed, presented by the Ohio Lottery. For tickets, visit Reds.com/150. Jesse Winker versus Ryan Helsley, bottom of the 8th. Reds coming to bat for what they hope will be the final time tonight. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Well, the Reds have Winker, Votto, and Suarez in their half of the 8th. The Cardinals will counter in the 9th with Tyler O'Neill, Dexter Fowler, or Tyler O'Neill, the pitcher spot, and Colton Wong. Foul ball out of play as we check out our Cincinnati Bell trivia question one more time. A workhorse of the Big Red Machine's pitching staff in the 1970s, this pitcher was wearing a Cardinal uniform when he made his last big league appearance on May 25th, 1980. Is it A, Jack Billingham, B, Pedro Borbon, or C, Clay Carroll? You said
B.
Fly ball hit back into deep left field. That baby is gone. No, it's not. It's off the wall. And on to second base with a stand-up double is Jesse Winker.
He almost had another one.
Sure did. He makes a habit out of hitting opposite field home runs, and that ball came very, very close. And Winker now taking a look at the big board. He wants to see it one more time. Well, that ball hit the wall. Or did it?
It hit the C on NOCO.
So a leadoff double, and Winker will be promptly taken out of the action, and he's replaced at second by Nick Senzel after that leadoff double. So you said Pedro Bourbon, and you're going to stick with that.
I think I am, yes.
Okay. The answer is Pedro Bourbon.
Boom.
Reliever Bourbon, the Reds' all-time leader in career games pitched with 531, pitched for the Reds from 1970 to 79, ended his career as a member of the Cardinals in 1980. Good, good, good. That was an excellent job.
Lucky, lucky, lucky.
See, now, this goes to show you the insidious work of the people who make this question, because you kind of zeroed in on that word workhorse. And see, they wanted you to change your mind on that question.
Go to Clay Carroll.
Yes. But actually, Bourbon was a workhorse. He holds a club record for appearances. 1-0 pitch to Joey Votto. And ball two.
Well, that's where the system comes in, because C was eliminated immediately as you read the question, because it's been C the last two nights.
Take care of that. See,
So I had to go 50-50.
see, what you're doing, though, is you're giving them fuel for reflection. And with the idea that we're going to change this thing around and really mess his mind up.
Well, if they do that, then I might not ever get one right. Unless it's a 1990-something question.
Apparently,
Broke his mitt.
yeah. And Matt Wieters apparently had some damage done to his catcher's mitt, went back to the dugout to get another one, and now he's back behind the plate. So the Reds trying to get the run back that the Cardinals scored in the top of the inning. Reds have a 3-2 lead, a leadoff double by Winker, Senzel running for him, which is good news. We anticipate he'll be in the lineup tomorrow. And Helsley works to Votto after a long look back at second, and it's a sharply hit ground ball, backhanded by Wong, and the throw on to first. An out, but a productive one as Votto advances Senzel to third base, and now it's incumbent upon Eugenio Suarez to try and get him in. But
Pretty good play by Colton Wong.
Sure.
That ball came up at that last second. He was able to pick it.
Mike Maddox on his way to the mound, the pitching coach. So we shall see what this is all about. Maybe we won't. But Suarez is there waiting to bat. Maddox doing all of the talking at the moment. And the meeting is over with. Suarez a single, walked and scored. Infield will play in with one out. Only a .244 batter with runners in scoring position. This is certainly not one of, or has not been one of Suarez's strong suits this season. He takes ball one. Now the 1-0 on the way after the check of Senzel at third and a long hold. That pitch is pulled foul at third base. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fans, no more need to eat out when you can enjoy the ultimate appetizer from home with JTM's new Craft House Creations beer, cheese, and pretzel bites. Find his favorite game day snack in your grocer's freezer. JTM. Let's create great dishes together. 1-1 the count, bottom of the 8th. Reds by a run, trying to make it a 2-run lead before the Cardinals bat in the ninth. Suarez trying to make it happen, and he takes a pitch inside, 2-1.
You look at Ryan Helsley's numbers in AAA. The 5+ ERA. If he was throwing 92, 93, he wouldn't sniff the big leagues. But he throws 98, 99, so he gets called up.
Yep. And now he's behind 3-1. And now they're going to go ahead and intentionally walk Suarez. They started out pitching to him, hoping that he would swing at a bad pitch or two, which did not happen. And now they go ahead and put him on base when Helsley falls behind 3-1, putting runners on the corners now for Yasiel Puig. And he had a big blow in the 7th. After the leadoff walk to Suarez, he doubled to the outermost reaches of left center to tie it up. And a moment later, Josh Van Meter played long ball, hence the Reds with a lead.
I've got to believe that with Helsley's velocity, he is going to challenge Puig up in the strike zone with that high-end fastball.
First and third, one man out, infield back. Helsley with a high hole pitching, and a foul ball coming back in our direction. In fact, just off to our right, hit the facing of the deck above us and bouncing back downstairs. And that was a fastball up. Puig, 22 home runs, 59 runs batted in. He would take right now, short of a hit, a nice polite fly ball deep enough in the outfield to get Senzel in. Foul ball off the end of the bat, and the count's 0-2. This has been some kind of well-attended series. Of course, the Cardinals travel their fans pretty well. They had 32,359 here on Thursday night, 37,652 last night. And tonight, 38,427 show up for tonight's Titanic struggle, 38,427.
I like it.
Yes, indeed. The pitch. A ball inside. The Cubs have won today, as we mentioned earlier, so if the Reds hang on to this lead, they'll still stay 9 back, but the Cardinals will find themselves 3.5 out and could well drop back into third place should Milwaukee win. He struck him out swinging. Struck him out with a pitch up and away.
That was a high slider. Started on the plate and just cut just barely off.
So if the Reds are going to score, it's going to be up to Josh Van Meter, who has singled and homered in 3 times up. His first big league home run in the 7th inning. And it was off of Miles Michaelis. And now 2 innings, 1 inning later, looking for a 2-out hit. Helsley bringing it. And a fastball taken for a strike. And he began with a double by Winker. Senzel ran for him. He advanced to third on Votto's hard hit ground out to second. They then intentionally walked Suarez after starting out pitching to him. And Helsley gets a big out with a strikeout of Yasiel Puig. Inside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 on, 2 out. Runner goes, no throw. Stolen base for Eugenio Suarez, his second of the year. You had to figure sooner or later that was going to come. Two ball, 1 strike count on Van Meter. Now Wieters says timeout, and he'll go out to the mound and visit with a convention of Cardinal players, and Helsley right in the middle of them.
Now that you have a runner at second base, you're going to use a different series of signs.
Fans at Kroger, it's easy to place your order online and pick up at the store. Try it tonight or tomorrow at Kroger.com. I had the great pleasure of spending a couple hours at the Kroger Blue Ash grand reopening out on Hunt Road earlier today. Met a lot of great Reds fans and folks who took that time of the day to do their grocery shopping at the Kroger store. Two and one on Van Meter. And now they're at second and third, and Helsley raises the leg and pitches, and that's a line drive caught by Paul Goldschmidt, and the inning is over.
Did it good.
He sure did. No runs, a hit, 2 left, and now we go to the ninth. Michael Lorenzen, who pitched out of trouble in the 8th inning, leaving runners at second and third, or leaving a runner at third after a ground ball, made it a 1-run game. Now we'll go to work on Tyler O'Neill, who has been shut out tonight on 3 at-bats. And the newcomer, obviously, in center field is Nick Senzel. And Lorenzen's first pitch to O'Neill is taken for strike 1.
Jairo Munoz has moved out into the on-deck circle.
Jairo Munoz it is. Way high, a ball. And a swing on a pitch down and away, and not an impressive swing at that. 1 ball and 2 strikes. O'Neill is struck out, fly to left, and hit into a force play in the 6th inning, the inning in which Matt Wieters led off with a home run. There's a strikeout swinging. Second punch out for Lorenzen. He'll go to work on Jairo Munoz with 1 out. Here's a pitch, a swing and a miss. 1-run ball games have been the bane of this Reds club's very existence this season. They lost 20 out of 34, but they had the lead with 2 outs to go in the 9th. Lorenzen throws that ball back to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Cardinals, on the other hand, after winning last night's game by a run, they've gone to 13 and 14 in 1-run games this season. A ball, a strike. Fastball in. Now the 2-1, and that's ball 3. So with 1 down, after striking out Tyler O'Neill, he's gone 3-1 on Munoz, with Colton Wong coming up next. Needing a strike, and a line drive into left center, caught by Van Meter, 2 out. Now it'll be Colton Wong. Wong has bounced a short, singled, and was thrown out by the pitcher attempting to bunt in the 7th inning. Inside, ball 1. Trying to finish it off is Michael Lorenzen as he throws to the left-handed batter. And it's a high fly ball hit to left. Going back, Van Meter draws a bead, makes a catch. And this one belongs to the Reds. Cincinnati rallies tonight, albeit only down 1-0, putting 3 runs on the board in the 7th inning and relying on strong relief work over the final third of this ball game to beat the Cardinals 3-2.